everybody, welcome back to our intermediate violin class. So today we're going to get started doing something a little bit different because we aren't going to keep going through a book anymore. It's time for us to start getting ready for a concert. So what we're going to be doing for our concert this year, obviously we can't all be in the same room together and be working on the same stuff. But there is something else that we are able to do. One thing that a lot of musicians have been doing is collaborating via video. So taking videos of yourself, singing, playing drums, playing violin, and then putting those all together, and it makes like your own virtual little band, like you guys were all there together making the music together. So we're going to do something like that for our concert. So we are going to have some songs that we're going to be working on preparing. So for today, we're going to go over, we have a few full orchestra pieces that we'll start looking at next class. But for this class, I want to take a look at the songs that we're going to be playing from our book. Some of them we already have been playing. So let's start off, oh, not that one. Let's start off with this one. So on page 5 of your yellow book, we have Camptown Races. That's going to be one of the songs that we're going to be doing. I'm going to get a metronome on here because I want to make sure that we're being really, really accurate with our rhythms. So let's just play through, we're going to play through this one 2 or 3 times right now because we already know this one. It's just like a refresher. So we'll play it once, slowly, and then we'll speed it up each time that we play it. So let's get our violins up. We are starting on our open A string. This is at 60 beats per minute. Oh, I forgot to do tuning today. Let's tune really quick before we do this. Alright, so we've got our A string. E string. And then our D string. Alright, here we go. Camptown Races, open A string. 1, 2, 3, and. So that was at 60 beats per minute. I'm going to move it up now to 70 beats per minute. It's going to be 10 clicks faster, and let's try playing through it. All right, violins up. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to try it again. Another 10 clicks faster at 80 beats per minute. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so we'll probably play that through at least once at the beginning of every class just to keep that one fresh in our memory. Let's move on. So the next one that we're going to be doing is on page 9, Musette. And this one, obviously we've got some faster notes in here. We've got our eighth note runs. So luckily for this one, our eighth note run is the same run every time. So let's just practice that a few times. All it is, luckily this is a nice one. We're just going to be walking down G. So G, F sharp, E, open D string. Alright, let's try that. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Alright, faster. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. Alright, and faster. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. Alright. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. Good. So that's really the only part of the song that's super fast. So let's see where we want to start this one off at. Alright, first let's play this at 65 beats per minute, nice and moderately. And then we'll speed this one up. This one we can probably try to get at a pretty brisk tempo. Alright, so violins up. Starting on our open A string. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I messed up. Sorry, let's start that again. I wasn't looking at the music and I went straight back up to a E instead of up to that F sharp. From the top again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hopefully that one went well. It's a little bit more challenging than Camptown Races, a little bit more fun. Let's play this one more time at 65 beats per minute, and then we'll try speeding it up a little bit. Here we go. One, 2, 3. Alright, let's speed it up. I'm going to speed it up to 72 beats per minute. 1, 2, 3. Alright, speeding it up more. I'm going to go to 76, and then lastly we're going to do this at 80 beats per minute again. Alright, here's 76 beats per minute. 1, 2, 3. And lastly, up to 80 beats per minute. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Hopefully you guys did well with that one. So the last song that we're going to be playing out of our yellow book for our concert, one that we have already worked on, is Spring from the Four Seasons. So this one is a really, really famous classical piece. Maybe next week, if we have time, I'm going to have to look and see. We can listen to this one together, but it would be really cool if you guys listen to it on your own too. So if you just go onto YouTube and type in Spring Theme from the Four Seasons, there should be plenty of recordings that you can listen to. Obviously, they aren't going to be exactly this version, but it's going to sound very, very similar to this, and you're going to be able to hear this theme in some of the full orchestral recordings. So this one's really cool because it has a lot of different rhythmic variety, which I think is really fun. This is definitely the most ambitious of the three pieces. So let's just take a look at this first line first. So we have eighth rests after our eighth notes, which means that they want to hear the space there when we're playing it. So we need to make sure that we're stopping our bow and we aren't bowing in between those notes. Alright, do you guys hear how I'm doing that? I'm kind of just doing like a light bow and then lifting my bow a little bit. Alright, let's try just that much together. 1, 2, 3. And then it repeats. And then the second line is just a little bit different. But again, they're wanting that space in between those notes. So if I see you guys' practice videos, I'm really, really want to kind of hear that space in between the notes. Alright, so let's try playing these first two lines together. Again, I'm going to put my metronome on. We're going to start slowly because I want to make sure that we get this technique sounding nice. Ba, beep, bum, 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 bum. Alright, here we go. So this, we talked about this before. Remember, this song has an anacrusis. And an anacrusis is when you're taking the last beat or some number of beats from the last measure of the song and putting it at the beginning. So this song, instead of starting on beat 1, so instead of me counting 1, 2, 3, 4 and you starting playing, I'm only going to count to 3 because you come in on beat 4. So I'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, ba, bum, bum, bum. Alright? So here we go. First two lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And so one thing that I did do on this one is I did use, when I'm playing held notes, obviously the tone is going to be a little bit better if the more string you have. because it's going to resonate more. So on held notes for A's, I always like playing those on my open A string. But when I'm doing, like in the second measure on the second line, it's going F, G, A, F, and it's just a quick little turn. I'm actually using my fourth finger to play that. Just to make it easier, so I'm not switching between the strings. So you can feel free to use your fourth finger on some of those, but when you're holding out notes, I do want you to play those on your open A string. All right, so the next measure, next two measures, if you look at them, they're the same. So why don't we play the next two measures? We'll play the pickup to them. All right, lines 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Alright, now the line after this is where we get into a little bit of the different melody. So for the rest of class, why don't we, let's work on speeding up the first half of this song, and then next week we'll come back to the second half. I know we have already worked on it, but because it's our concert, I do want to spend a little bit more time making sure that everything is going really well. Alright, so let's play lines 3 through 4. I'm going to speed up our metronome. This is at 70 beats per minute now. Alright, so we're going all the way through line 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Speed it up again. Let's try it just because we're almost out of time. I'm going to speed it up to 80 and let's try it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2,